If you've only got 5 minutes, let me lead you through some lovely natural movements that will help mobilize and strengthen your whole body. Starting on the ground in bent sit, posting the hands behind you, leaning back to bend the elbows, taking the knees one way and the feet the other into what's called side bent sit position. We're rocking forwards and backwards, pushing into the hands, bending those elbows, lifting the knees one way and the feet the other into this 90-degree pattern. Really lovely for the hips, using the core to lift the weight of the legs and shifting side to side. Actually from the side, allowing that lean to happen so that you can have the space to lift the legs through. Okay, and now coming into cross sit. So sitting with your legs crossed, whichever shin is in front, we're going to pivot round to knee hand. So twisting away from that front shin, left and pivoting to right, lean into the hands, pivot on the feet, not letting the knees touch the ground until you come into knee hand position, and then tucking the toes, lifting the knees and pivoting around on the balls of the feet to come right back again. And do that a couple of times. And then coming back to swap the legs. So we swap the cross of the leg, other shins in front, so we twist the other way. Lean in, make sure you don't land the knee until you come right round into knee hand position. Making sure you're posting nicely through that arm so the shoulder is back, so we have a lovely strong position. And then back around. Okay, now we're going to get up to standing. With a deep hip hinge, walk the hands away in a knee hand position. As they're walking towards you, with the toes tucked, pushing in to lift the knees, the bottom travels as far behind the heels as we can to land the heels, to go back down, hinge at the hips, bend the knees, and then start walking out to receive the ground with your knees. Again, walking back. As you're doing so, you're wanting to push the bottom backwards before we come upwards, coming almost into a squat position. Hinge first, bend the knees, hands nice and close to the floor to come down to receive it, and then coming up one more time. As we're walking back, we're lifting those knees, pushing into the ground, and coming up to standing. And then now, single leg clocks. Taking the weight over to one side, we're going to just touch as gently and briefly as we can with the other foot. To do this, we want to have the weight nicely in the standing leg heel. We want to be as relaxed as we can in the upper body, so don't forget to breathe. And just touch the numbers of a clock around on the other side. Allow your body to lean away from that leg, your upper body. Shift the weight over onto the other side. Set your balance, and then touch down again on the other side. Around, see how far behind you can go. Again, weight in the heel, nice and upright, head up so that it's not pulling our weight forwards. Touching around. And then finally, we're going to put all of these together. So, hip hinge, a knee bend, you come down to the ground, into knee hand position. Pushing into the tucked toes to lift the knees, pushing particularly into one hand and travelling the knees away from that hand to come into cross sit. And starting at the beginning. So, leaning back into the hands, lifting the legs to shift into one side bent sit position and then the other. And repeat. And then bringing the legs into your natural cross sit, twisting away from it to lift the bottom, pivot round, touch the knees down and return. And then crossing the legs the other way so that you can twist in the opposite direction to pivot round and come back again. And then coming up to standing. So starting with that cross sit again, pivot round, and this time walk the hands a little bit away so that we've got that runway to come up to standing. Do that one more time. Bottom going as far behind as we can, coming up to standing, setting our balance, and doing one more clock on either side. Touching round, taking care not to rush. Swap, set the balance again, breathe, and taking that leg around. Give the middle a shiggle. And you've done 5 minutes of fantastic work. I have lots and lots of videos just like this in the Reclaim Movement membership. Check them out by following the link in the caption below. And if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe.